Hello, today we're going to talk about first quadrant trig values. And after you use them a while, you'll know them. But part of the problem is getting them stuck in your head in a good way that you can recall. So before I do that, I'm going to talk about the story. So once there was this really dumb guy. And he was super nice and great worker, but just really dumb. However, he finally got this job interview at this place, and they liked him a lot. They wanted to hire him. They said, but we got to make sure that you're not that dumb. So here we go. They gave him a test, and on the test was the nine multiplication tables. So he didn't really know what to do. So he just started at the top and wrote 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then decided, okay, well, I'll just go back up and say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I said, well, congratulations, you passed that part. He was kind of amazed and said, well, we got one more question. And the other question is, we're going to give you this square here, and we want you to draw, cut it in a way that it makes 4 equal parts. And he said, well, gee, I don't know how to do this, so I'm just going to have to be truthful to them, and I'll just go ahead and mark it wrong. So amazingly, he got the job. And you may be wondering, what does this have to do with, any of this have to do with trig values? All right, well, let's make a table here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the sine and cosine values. Alright, and we want to put the common angles, so that would be 0, which is also 0 degrees, and then pi over 6, which would be 30 degrees, pi over 4, which would be 45 degrees, pi over 3, which is 60 degrees, and pi over 2, which is 90 degrees. Alright, and the way we do this is we do this just like the dumb guy did his test. So everything gets a fraction. So we just make our fractions line. Everything is over 2. Okay, and we put a square root in the numerator of every single fraction as well. Alright, and we do exactly what the dumb guy did. So we just go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, and the only advice I would say from here, this is a good way to memorize it at the beginning. I've certainly seen students, after I've shown them this, put them on a test and get everything right. I would say though, if your teacher asks you for what sine of 0 is, please simplify root 0 over 2 to be 0, and don't write it root 0 over 2. And the only other trig values I can help you with here, tangent, sometimes things you need to know. So tangent of pi over 4 is 1. But the two angles in question with tangent that tend to bother people are pi over 6 and pi over 3. And my little way of remembering that, so tangent of pi over 6 and tangent of pi over 3. So pi over 6 is going to give me the value, root 3 over 3, and tangent of pi over 3 is just root 3, and the easy way to remember that is 3 plus 3 is 6, and there's only just one 3 there. Alright, that concludes our little mini lesson here on knowing first quadrant trig values, so see you later.